So were any of your family members attorneys?
Yeah, neither of my parents went to college. I was in aunts and uncles, one of the first to go to college, but I was blessed. My paternal grandfather, um, and I won't get into the story, but my father's real father was a philosophy uh, nut. He loved to read philosophy. He loved logic, and I called it sort of the generational skipping gene. And I used to go to his house every Sunday, and he used to give me philosophy books to read. He was big on being a well-rounded individual, and so he was really my de facto mentor. And him, along with my father, knowing what he missed not going to college, um, I really had just a fabulous support system. But there were very few people in my family who went to college. Having gone through this Karen Reed trial, I just don't think there's any more valuable attorney in society than a criminal defense attorney.
And the verdict in Karen Reed's case renewed so many people's faith in the justice system. But I have to admit that in one breath, my faith was renewed. But before I could exhale that breath, my thoughts turned to how a defense like this is just not available to almost anyone else caught in the system. Do you think Karen's acquittal is proof that the system worked? Or is it proof of how badly it's stacked against the average defendant who can't get this kind of defense?
Yeah, I think it's a little of both, but unfortunately, I think it's more to your point that it took the defense team that was put together that rarely gets put together like that. It took all of us and everything, and we got it across the finish line. But that was not a guarantee.
Right.
And I think it just underscores your point, which is there's still too much power and unchecked power in government.
Were you taken aback a little bit by just how accurate they were in their estimation of what you could expect in terms of kind of how she was running this trial?
Or challenging the integrity of the lawyers?
On the topic of challenging the integrity of the lawyers, I was incredibly insulted, and I don't get mad very often at all. But inside of me, I was seething